Yeah. Well, first point two. Come. She loves us. She loves us not. Humanity's deadliest enemy. America's ideology. Will she ever love us? She'll forever love us not. For a structured identity against my people was to create strategic plot. Come now, walk with me. I guide you to victory. Under the sun's glaze, their skin glistens like hard maple, astonishing like a treasured relic. And since we're not blessed with it, then shall not mankind own it? I am Lynch, and I will soon, based on my theory, demonstrate strategies to manipulate their strength within. We'll slay the brave, steal identities, and break the will of a slave. They needed the strongest, the smartest, and the darkest. It took 6 of Lynch's men to subdue Africa's son. He would not submit nor beg for mercy. Whips filleted meat off his mid-back side. Heavy clubs and steel pipes were swung like mighty hammers, leaving ragged holes of blood spilling from his legs, arms, and skull. The noose around his neck was tied to a tree's trunk and his ankles together to a horse's saddle. They stretched his 6'2", 190-pound frame until his life's completion. Swallow bloody teeth, eyelids ripped, even in death, he refused to be conquered. However, the slang, drops of murder causing the darkest purple rain, was meant for his people to witness, so that their children and children's children would feel the ripples. Among the watchers was the mother of his unborn child to be, as this mountain returned back to eternity. Our people. Paradise at the end of the ages will recite all tragedies. Angels weeping, transcribing the history of royalty sleeping. Misery disciples consistently being victimized by control, jealous hate. While in slumber, let us preparate before we demonstrate as we wait to awake. Dawn is coming. Visa, the goddess of holy breath of wisdom, shall once again blow forth the rays off the sun. Complimenting mathematics of destiny's truest chosen people has begun. We teach my people of the king and queen within. Guide my people to overcome America's sin. Come now, walk with me. I guide you to victory. Her slavery caused the flower to root in the dark, a leafless tree that suffocates. In the lake whose stream does not reach the infinite waters of the ocean. Raped consecutively, beaten repeatedly, left her eyelids to be hung swollen tulips. Her body ached through and through in the manner earth is robbed of precious jewels. Violent, eternal bleeding slows her breath. Survivors losing his whistle inside the clouds under the moon. Something from the side of death calls for her as she bled behind a rotted shed. Hunted by the oppressor, rapist, father, abuser of her unborn. Such strength, bless the resilient, as she still bore a child within the shadows, torn between the balance of hate and the mother's maternal love for him. My sons and him, she mumbled as her last breath bumped the lights of the horizon. Our people. Without an enemy, a soldier knows not the height of their strength. Why, then, do we not know our strength? Through heritage, we must fight to regain our lost estate. Supremacy's ego is hungry again, a greedy grave this one. Countless crimes just to break the will of minds, aiming for a survival rate of none. Free, often my beloved, does my mind render itself unto. Only cowards kill the unarmed in misfortune and in despair. Force playing life's chess when the rules are unfair. Environmental pawns used to stagnate advancement, draining finances from our castles just to increase the wealth of those outside it. Reposition our queens, 8 to 6 young knights. Draw out your spears now and prepare for future fights. What's truth is plague, speaking up defending the murder is like blasphemy. Even Reverend King screaming blasphemy. Why ask why when our only reply should be eye for an eye? And if I die where my bow is tied, Know that one nation under God's alive. And we don't debase the second class with radicals. Fathers, America's family, dysfunction. With these abusive pots against the have-nots, our plate remains empty in progression, yet full with agony. Still, deep down, we romanticize about finally being accepted and loved by her. She'll forever love us now. Come now, walk with me. I'll guide you to victory. Not yet deceased, she traveled through the stars of her subconsciousness to a place where the eyes of the blind are healed in belief. Father, you have come to me. He was murdered before her birth. Limbs separated, soul evaporated to the midst of Mother Earth. She knew of his lynching. The pain was seared into her essence. You have come to save me from this death in life and to show me the path of life through death. My hero, you allowed yourself to be taken from me then, only to save me now. Carry me within this escape back to the only eternal existence. Summoning her back to the realm of the flesh was a greater force. Her now son wheeled her back through space to taste a new awakening. No longer alone, through spirit's breath, she carried 7 warriors and 13 of the pure. Upon resurrection, she whispered to her sons, receiving thoughts. Tonight, you'll be the moon that howls back at the wolves, and we will teach you within the hidden land of faith to be a god among men. Come dawn of the new age, you'll fly above the eagles. We should call you New Us, our people. Thy flesh shade existed before Genesis, when the light and dark had yet to be departed, and paradise was still merged with the waters. Thy lips' fullness are more fruitful than Eden, and more luscious than the sweetest berries. Thy hair is curly strands of jewel, holding voices of the belief. Thy blood boils royalty from galaxy center, traveling throughout the mountains within. Thy rhythm and inner hymns that make heaven wonder are gifts from the Creator. Thy eyes are clever windows that speak of the rings of Saturn. Thy heart knows holiness, pain, and where every beat reaches salvation. Bow to New Us. New Us, a new us, our people.